Do you remember when I told you about functions, about how there's a definition and a call? Well, here it is. We're in lesson 13, the Farmer 2 on code.org, and right away in bubble 2 we get to see the function definition is separate from the call. So here's a function definition. They've given us a function called fill5, and what it does is it fills 5 times. So the farmer will go to this hole that's 5 layers deep, and it'll fill it 5 times. So if I run it, she moves, but wait a second, she doesn't fill it. You see, this is a really common mistake for amateur programmers. They define a function, but if you don't call it, it doesn't run. So the computer knows what fill5 means, but you've never told it to actually do it. So you got to pop into the functions block area here, and here's the call block. I'll add that to the stack here, and now when I run it, she will move forward and fill 5. Okay? So let's keep going. I'll go through a couple of these with you. Here's another one. They give us a definition. Whenever you see these definitions in code.org, just put them off to the side. Okay? You don't even need to know what's inside of there. Don't mess with it. Don't edit the inside of there unless they tell you to in the instructions, right? This fills 5. We need to leave that definition alone. It does what it's supposed to do. So now, basically, I need to move forward. I need to fill 5, and I need to keep doing that 5 times. So I can throw that into a repeat loop. And in very few blocks, you can see we can get things done with these functions. A note, just a side note, in the last lesson I taught you about arguments and parameters. Here's a function without a parameter, right? It fills a hole of exactly size 5. Okay, it'll only fill one type of hole. So they're pretty slick. They're teaching you how to call the functions in these first couple of bubbles here. Then when we get to bubble 4, now we get to play with making our own functions, right? We've got a fill5 function that they gave us already. Now they want us to define a new one that removes 7. So it's called remove 7, and inside of the green block you tell it what you need it to do. So very similar to the fill5. We're going to repeat, but this time we're going to repeat 7 times because it says remove 7. And instead of filling, we're going to remove. Okay, so this function definition right here says, okay, the green block says the function is called remove 7, and what's inside of it, that's what the program is going to do when we call the remove 7 function. So let's just make sure that works. Boom. I'm just going to remove that first pile just to double check. And it looks like it is working. I'll let you figure out the rest. This is a great lesson for you to expand on your skills with functions and just get proficient with using them. Before I go, just a side note. Back in Bubble 1, a lot of students get stuck on this. Did you notice that you have up to infinity blocks to complete this? A lot of students want to find some beautiful, elegant solution to this, and I do too, but frankly it's pretty tough. Don't be afraid to just slap together some big bunch of code to get this job done. The whole point of this is to show you how difficult things can be without functions.